Hey, what is going on, guys? This is DK back at you with another video here to break down the Monday Night Showdown slate between the Giants and the Cowboys. A couple things before I get into the video. We're getting really close to 2,000 subscribers now. I think we're at 1.93. So thank you guys all so much for all the support. Really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel and enjoying the content, would really appreciate it if you guys could hit that subscribe button. Two, here to announce the winner to the weekly $20 PayPal giveaway. So the winner is Rhythm Beast. So message me either on YouTube comments or on Twitter. I know you're pretty active here, so congrats on winning the giveaway, man. And yeah, the giveaway will continue in next week, guys. So how it works is all you have to do is like and a comment in the video. It's one entry into the giveaway, max one comment per video. It'll start in this video, go throughout the week, and we'll end on a Monday Night Showdown video at the end of the week. So however many videos I've uploaded for the week, I enter the giveaway that many times. So I have 10 videos up for the week, I enter the giveaway 10 times. And again, the winner receives $20 PayPal from myself. So once again, congrats, Rhythm Beast, for joining the winning club here. And yeah, with that out of the way, let's jump into the video. So before we get into the prices here, let's look at the over-under and the spread as well as some snap counts. So Cowboys-Giants sitting at over-under 48 with the Cowboys favored by 7. So let's take a look at some the Dallas snap counts here. So Zeke, snap counts went down on him a bit to only 80%, but in a close game, he's the guy that's going to play 90% of the snaps or so. Tony Pollard's okay, but again, I think that the snaps kind of go down on him a bit. So really Zeke in a close game, I think he plays closer to 90% of the snaps. As far as wide receivers go, it's Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup playing most of the game here, with Randall Cobb picking up about 50% of the snaps there in the slot. Taven Austin picked up a little bit there at 20% last game. The tight end situation, Jason Witten's going to play like 75 to 80% of the snaps, with Blake Jarwin picking up about 30 to 40% of the snaps. If we look at the Giants here, Saquon's the clear-cut lead back. Wayne Gallman picking up a little bit of the leftovers here. As far as the wide receivers go, it was Slayton and Golden Tate basically playing the whole game here. Still no Sterling Shepard. He's out. I think he's in concussion protocol once again. So guys like Benny Fowler and Cody Latimer will pick up some snaps here. Cody Latimer played at 45% of the snaps last game, while Benny Fowler played at 31%. As far as the tight ends go, it's Evan Ingram's going to play like 70 to 80% of the snaps, with Rhett Ellison playing a bit of the leftovers here. Played 41% the last time out. So that's kind of it for snap counts. Let's look at the prices here. To start at the top, it's the two workhorse backs. Zeke's at 11.6K. Dallas is favored by 7, so this is a game that they should be playing from ahead in, and he's a guy that's game flow independent. Doesn't matter if they're trailing or not. He's going to be out there. He's a guy that they utilize him a bunch in the passing game. 29 fantasy points in back-to-back games. So I think both Zeke as well as Saquon really safe here. Both these guys, again, game flow independent. It doesn't matter if their team's trailing. Saquon will still be out there as well. He's a guy that they love utilizing in the passing game. So yes, I think you can definitely play both running backs here. I think they're very, very safe options. We'll talk about some value plays here in a sec where I think you can definitely fit both in, but I do really like the running backs. I think they're very, very safe. Dak Prescott at 10.4K. He is, I think the price is okay on him. I think he has a little bit more upside than Daniel Jones just because he has he has a little bit of rushing upside in him. But yeah, I think he's viable. I think he goes a little bit lower owned because I think a lot of people will try to jam in both running backs. But like I said, there are some value plays in a sec where I think we can get Dak in there if you want to. Now, Amari's a guy that a little riskier here. The range of outcomes, right? If we just look at the last 4 games, 9 fantasy points, 42, 1, and 18. So those two running backs are a little bit safer, but we know the upside's still here with Amari Cooper. He's got 30, 40 fantasy point upside. So I think he's definitely viable. I think he's a little bit riskier than those running backs, but we know the upside is there. Now, Daniel Jones at 8K. It's a $2,400 discount off Dak Prescott. So I think if I'm picking between the two quarterbacks, like I said, I think Dak has a little bit more upside, but I might take the price savings here in Daniel Jones for $2,400 savings, and you get a game that the Giants should be playing from behind in. So I think it should be good game script for him. So yes, I think he's pretty fairly priced. Again, if you're making me pick between the two quarterbacks, I think I would take the discount there on Daniel Jones, but you could play both if you really want to. Again, we'll talk about some value plays in a sec here. Evan Ingram is, kind of their number one receiver. He's a guy that they will look to a lot in the red zone. I think because of recency bias. He hasn't had a big game in a while that he'll go a little bit lower owned. But we know he's got like 25, 30 fantasy point upside in him. So at 7.8K, I think he's fairly priced. I think he goes lower owned, but we know the upside is there with Evan Ingram. A guy like Michael Gallup at 7.4K, don't mind him if you can't afford a guy like Amari Cooper. We know he does have big play upside, right? In that game against Green Bay, he had, 7 catches for 113 yards and a touchdown. Very fast, so like I said, he's got the big play upside. If you can't afford those guys at the top, I think he's very viable here in the mid-range. Golden Tate as well at 6.8K seems very, very safe. I like the price on him a good amount here. He's going to play basically the whole game. He's got targeted 9, 11, 10 times out of the slot. So I do like the price a lot here on Golden Tate. I think he's also very, very safe. The Cowboys defense here, 5.4K. I think they're fairly priced. I never get super excited about playing the defenses in the showdown slates. What's the over-under in this one again? It's at 48, so it's a little bit higher here. If you feel strong about the Cowboys defense, you can go there. Again, I always kind of slightly prefer home defenses. They're on the road, so they're okay. Probably just not going to be the way that I go on this slate. Jason Witten's okay at 5.2K. It's just, I don't think he has huge upside. I think he's a guy that can get you like 4 or 5 catches and maybe a touchdown. So at 5.2, it's viable. It's just, again, probably not going to be the way that I go on the slate. Now, Slayton was a guy that played most of the snaps there. He played on, 84% last game. I think, he only had 2 catches. Both were for touchdowns. But if he's going to continue to play basically the whole game at 5K, I definitely like him. Now, I think I would prefer just paying the extra $1,800 for a guy like Golden Tate. But if you can't get to Golden Tate, I think Slayton's definitely in play here at 5K for a guy that's going to be basically out there the whole time. The 2 kickers, same analysis every time. They're always viable. For a GPP lineup, I think you'd only go 1. We know kickers have like 10, 15 fantasy point upside, so they're definitely viable. Tony Pollard probably not going to be the way I go at 3.6K. I just think he gets maybe 10 to 15% of the snaps. Tavon Austin, kind of more of a dart throw, only played on, 20% of the snaps last time out. So he does have big play upside. So again, he's kind of just more of a dart throw. Don't feel great about it. Giants D is okay at 2.6K. It is home defense. Just probably not going to be the way that I go. Jarwin is a guy that play 30 to 40% of the snaps. I think he, again, is more of a dart thrower. Right? He had 1 catch for a touchdown last time out, so you're not going to feel great about it. Gallman, kind of the same analysis here with Tony Pollard. I think maybe gets 15% of the snaps or so at 1.8K. I guess it's okay. Benny Fowler played on, he played on 31% of the snaps, so he's viable cheap option at 1.6K. I think I would slightly prefer a guy like Cody Latimer, who played a little bit more. He played on 45% of the snaps, and Cody Latimer is listed at 800. So I think playing a guy like Cody Latimer will open up your lineup to get those studs in your lineup. And if he's going to continue to play almost half the game at $800, he's a little underpriced. So I do like him as a cheap option. You could go Benny Fowler if you want to. I think he goes slightly lower owned. But that's basically it. So yeah, these 2 Giants receivers with Lattimore and Benny Fowler definitely very much in play. And they open up, playing a guy like one of those guys will open up those studs in your lineup. But yeah, that's basically it. So as far as captains go, if you're playing it safe, I definitely think it's one of those 2 running backs with Zeke and Saquon, or you go a guy like Golden Tate, who I think is underpriced. I think those 3 are probably the safest options. Again, Golden Tate is a guy that double-digit targets almost every single game in a game they should be playing from behind in. Zeke and Saquon, we know their game flow. Independent, it doesn't matter if they're trailing, they're going to be out there. So that's kind of the way I think about it if you're playing it safe. If you want a more risky, options, guys like obviously Amari Cooper, Evan Ingram, I think goes a lot lower owned in the slate, but I still like his upside. You could go to Gallup. We know he has big play upside, or you could take a shot on, one of those cheap options, a guy like Benny Fowler or a guy like Cody Latimer. Plug in one of those guys in your captain spot. You can get almost whoever else you want in there. So let's say, again, we plug in Cody Latimer in the option or in the captain spot. Then we have 9.7K remaining. We can get Zeke. We can get Saquon. We can get one or both quarterbacks if we want to, right? And it's still 7.4K remaining. So, that's definitely a viable option. If you plug in one of the running backs, like Zeke or Saquon, I think they have the most upside. I think they're safe. So say we go Saquon to the captain spot and then Zeke, and then we throw in the value play like Fowler or Lattimore. Let's just throw in Lattimore. Then it's 6.8K remaining, so again, not as much, but you could still probably get one more of those studs in there or one of those quarterbacks. And then also, again, like the contrarian options, like I said, riskier options, a guy like Mari Cooper or a guy like Evan Ingram, throw them in the captain spot. I think those guys go a little bit lower owned. They are a little bit riskier, but I do like the upside there on Evan Ingram. And I think that's basically it. I think I might have skipped over Randall Cobb here at 4.8K. I think he's okay. He's a guy that will play about half the game. He's okay as a cheap option. I just think I would prefer paying a little extra for a guy like Golden Tate. But I really think that's about it, guys. So if you have been enjoying the content so far, I would really appreciate it if you'd like this video and subscribe. Again, if you want to get entered into next week's giveaway, all you have to do is leave a like and a comment in the video. It's one share in the giveaway. I'll be back for another video breaking down the Thursday night showdown slate. Probably have that up Tuesday night, so be on the lookout for that. If you're interested in NBA DFS, I just uploaded my video for the 6-game slate from Monday. So yeah, thanks again for coming to check the video, guys. I really appreciate it, and I will see you later.